On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, the painting challenge continues. So that means I'm going to be doing a lot of drinking this episode. But don't worry, we're going to have some fun as well. Big D and the Doc are along for the ride. We're going to tell some dad jokes. We're going to give you some hot takes. Get ready. This show is great. And of course it's great. I know I always say it, but you know, you're here. And when you're here, you're in a good place. And with that, welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and the Mark Kidder. Pour cold beverage, pull pussies, enjoy time with friends.
TripleB! Well, the TripleB sucks. Okay?
Oh, come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast full of mystery shots and crazy thoughts. I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing this night?
No shakes or cakes here, baby. Just another living the dream in the new world order. Full life. Yeah. Your paint fumes must have permeated this way. All right. Waiting for something to drink and wondering how you're doing. You good? You surviving?
I mean, I am surviving, and it's not paint fumes, Kidder. It's me continuing this crazy painting challenge where I have limited colors, and if I want more, I buy them with penalty shots. So that's continuing, and we'll see what shenanigans we get up to with that. And joining us on this wild, crazy adventure of a ride that sometimes rhymes, we have a couple of guests. Joining us all the way from the West Coast, it's the Doc. Doc, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. Hope everyone else is doing well too. Looking forward to getting into it.
And probably another drink, I would hope.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah.
Good. And also joining us from an undisclosed bunker located somewhere that apparently is hot and there are camels. You can do the rest of the math. But it's Big D. Big D, welcome back to the show. How you doing this evening?
Morning, sunshine. I am doing just fine. Enjoying the air conditioning. I love it more than something else I love really much. Insert whatever here. More than... I don't care. I'll figure it out later. But always good to be back with the red shirt and stormtrooper of internet podcasting.
Ain't no sunshine when you're gone.
And on that note, I think it's time that we get to everybody's favorite segment of the show, and that is What's on Tap. Doc, what you having this fine evening?
Well, the sometimes upside, sometimes downside to buying a multi-pack is eventually I have to start clearing them out. So I have the Beast Killer Sunrise.
The way to get around that is to get some friends who you can pawn them off on, like I do with everything I buy.
Friends or enemies?
Little column A, little column B. You know, Kidder, I recently here's a phone. Not to hijack the Doc's review of this drink that he's having, but I had to ask AI because my new thing is every time somebody flips off the camera, I put a foam finger over it with some embarrassing thing on it, and the last time somebody flipped off the camera, it had to do with me bringing up IPA Appreciation Month. So I had to ask AI to make me an image of a foam finger that says, I love IPAs. It took me 4 tries because the Microsoft Copilot that I was using to generate that particular image kept telling me, like, hey, well, that prompt goes against community standards.
It's true. IPAs are offensive.
So, anyway, fun fact. So Doc, how is that drink?
I mean, I reviewed it last time, but I think it was probably around a 3.5 and still is. So,
Big D, what are you having?
So interesting that you have that particular brand, Doc, because this is not something that we planned, but instead of brewing my own coffee beverage, I just got one of these.
Nice.
Precisely something former cardiac patient should drink.
Top tier beverage choice right there.
Yeah. Yep. Low cal, so I can, harm my internal organs in a different way. So yeah. Yeah. It's like metal and sadness, but it'll wake me up.
Is that just because you licked your hand, or did you actually take a drink?
I took a drink and I opened the can. Some of it got on my, so it splashed up. You were looking over there doing whatever the hell.
I saw the full lick, so I don't know.
And you missed me take it. You missed me take a seat here. This is for you, kidder. Yeah.
I don't know what you did off camera, but
that was self-imposed. Yeah.
a little extra blurriness. Yeah. Didn't your mom ever tell you
apparently
you
when
gotta go blind or get hair in your hands if you continue doing that? You gotta take it easy.
No, she also didn't warn me that blurping it in an overacting sort of way was gonna cause it to go down my windpipe. Clearly, I'm not awake enough to have this beverage.
Are we doing phrasing? Yeah. Howard, what are
y'all drinking?
I got something that Kidder will both approve of and disapprove of for various things. I am having from the what appears to be the Central Standard Craft Distillery. It is a bourbon, old-fashioned, ready-to-drink cocktail from Leinenkugels. It is, and I didn't see this before I brought this down and decided I was going to do this whole paint drink thing. It is 8% alcohol by volume, 16 proof, an old-fashioned made with bourbon and whiskey. The reason I said Kidder will both approve and disapprove, if you look closely at the
cherry
graphic, yes, there is a cherry just under that orange. And yeah, thanks, Kidder, for now making me have to censor that.
You're welcome. See, I don't always just start swearing because other people do.
Listen, I reserve my right to censor.
I can do. Warning. And warning. Oh, wrong right to censor. Sorry.
Nope. Oh. Ooh.
That bad, huh?
Me no likey.
It's probably the cherry. I told you. You were mad at me, and now you place your hatred into the place that it belongs, the drink.
That is it's got a very strong, like, cinnamon note to it, which I don't know that cinnamon is a normal old-fashioned flavoring. I
don't some like the peppery notes and maybe the spice from the whiskey or the bourbon that you put in there, but not to the point where you put Fireball into an old-fashioned. That's just wrong.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. I'm not getting any cherry. And maybe the slightest hint of
it'll show up.
Orange. It's got a real sweetness to it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of old fashions to begin with.
Excuse you?
I'm gonna give that like a 1.5. I am not enjoying that, and that is going to be hard for me to get through as we make our way through this episode. So,
you know what you could do? You got a palate cleanser in there, or top it off with whiskey.
No.
In the can, like the old whiskey Coke days. Just do that.
I'm gonna have to buy some paint colors, and I'm not gonna do that. You might notice the TP is not up behind me. I made my kids a promise if they could get all of their toys cleaned up on the 2 floors above me, I would build them a giant fort, and we would do a sleepover, as they called it, basically a camp out in the living room. And I managed to do that before they left, and I used the teepee as part of it, so I don't have the teepee here. So I at least have to make it up 1 flight of stairs, get her to where the fort is still up, and I could sleep there if I had to.
Instead of taking the shot when you need to buy it, how about you pour that shot into the can? I'm trying to help you.
I don't know that I want to do that because only one of the numbers ties to whiskey, and the rest only. I'll put it this way: only one of the mystery shots, besides the whiskey, would fit in an old fashioned. All the others would not be approved.
You're not willing to take that gamble.
I am not. I am gambling enough as is.
Okay.
And
That'd be the cherry schnapps that would fit in there. Just curious.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Big D. Anyway, Kidder, what are you having?
Drive. You're fine. Making up all those steps. My turn.
Yes.
Let's see. I'll do this to start out with. I had it on the show before, and I happen to have another one, and that would be a garage beer. The garage is always open. A classic small batch brewed light beer, 95 calories, 4% alcohol by volume, 3 grams of carbs per 12 ounces. And this is 16 ounces. So it's also not 95 calories because that's only 12 fluid ounces. So what kind of Canadian backwards math are they trying to do on this thing? Bizarre. Ball Corporation Aluminum, as you can see right there. So that's good. It's brewed in Irwindale, California. There is the story. This is the side of the can where beer brands tell their story, but we thought you would rather just drink beer with your buddies. Garage beer is light, refreshing, and made with the highest quality ingredients. But what makes it great are the times we get to crack a few with our best friends. Keep it light, comma, cheers. At Drink Garage Beer on the socials, and there you go, 16 fluid ounces. So
Nice.
I've had this before. Maybe my palate changed. Ooh, little sudsy action happening here. It's a light aroma off the top. It's light. It's classic. It's a classic light beer.
Yeah.
I'll stand by my previous rating. Local Geek. Still got to find the lime variant in town. Also, apparently the Busch Light lime. No, there's another Busch Light that's out for the summer. Need to try. Anyway, yes. Carry on.
I'd be remiss if we ended this segment without just reminding everybody that hey, starting next episode, it's August, which means it is IPA Appreciation Month. So starting next episode, we'll be drinking IPAs. We have an official selection of 8 IPAs for us to enjoy. And this year, Kidder, I maybe went a little extra in multitudes of ways with this. So I have delivered, at this case, at the time of recording, the selection to both the Local Geek and JS. Kidder, I still need to meet up with you, and you will get a lovely box filled with 8 IPAs, different from last year, plus a reward beer for completing IPA Appreciation Month. So it's going to be good. You can see the excitement on Kidder's face and know just how excited he is for IPA Appreciation Month.
Howard, I think your math might not be mathing, because if I remember correctly, there are five Fridays in August. So shouldn't that be 10
5 times
for Kidder's extra added enjoyment?
Well, you see, Big D, I only go off of the nights that we record, and I looked at it before I did the shopping. We only have 2 recording nights out of those 5 weeks in August. So we record 2 episodes a night. At our best, we do 2 segments of what's on tap. So, yeah, that got me to, 4 each recording session, 2 recording sessions, 8 IPAs. Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Plus, as the sole person who is purchasing all of these, the official tab is just under $200 in IPAs for this month. Yeah. I know. I pay quite a bit to basically pull a joke on Kidder and get sworn at for the next 4 episodes. Longer if people
I spend
aren't around.
$200 on beer. That's really good beer, and I bring it back and I share. And this is the penance that I get. And I'm not even going to be here for half of the month, basically.
So it's for Kidder.
Because you're going to the IPA Appreciation Month convention, right?
Definitely not.
That's why you won't be.
I'm sad to say, Doc, that I am not coming out to Washington or Oregon. I'm sorry.
So,
But I got this for you.
Wow. It's very specific.
oh, I need that for the rotation of foam fingers.
Very, very specific. I'm sad now.
I'm not.
Well, I'm not as sad as I'm going to be next month when I come back and I have to drink all those stupid things in one episode.
I mean, you don't have to drink it all in one episode. You could go later. It's okay.
I think what he's saying is he just wants to get it over with.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm hoping that there's some good ones in there, Kidder.
Plus, once you get that table 9 vibe going, then it's easier to just knock them out.
Roll up. Oh.
I was going to also add Kidder, because we all know that Bismarck Brewing has gone out of business. You don't have to worry. Central Time IPA, or AKA the tractor beer, can't make a repeat.
I was waiting for him to say that he had a special stash of it that he had just for the occasion.
I maybe looked, but no, nobody had it.
They came back into business just to make a Mountain Time beer, just to be terrible.
Seriously?
No.
Oh, okay.
I figured
Wait, what?
that one's Central Time, so they would try and make an IPA with Mountain Time, not to be confused with Mountain Time Ale from the was it New Ulm Brewing, New Belgium, whatever, the Fat Tire Company,
New Belgium.
Yeah.
Kidder, I can also tell you that none of these selections are Voodoo Ranger.
That's quite surprising, because it seems the IPA market is filled with about a third of Voodoo Rangers.
I mean, we had 3 Voodoo Rangers last year, so I was like, nah, can't do Voodoo Ranger. So I purposely went out of my way to make sure that we didn't have Voodoo Ranger this year.
Yeah.
So
Small victories.
yeah,
I don't
So-
really call it a victory at all because it's still an IPA.
and you're gonna love every single one of them. And if you don't, then Big D and Doc and myself are all going to love your reaction to drinking them. So what we call a win-win.
I know where you live. I don't know if you remember that.
You never really come and visit, so I'm not worried.
There'll be a visit, all right.
Hey, and I can't help it. You didn't pick up the care package from JS, where I gave you guys all a box of wonderful ciders before IPA Appreciation Month.
Oh yeah, he still has that, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think of it as like, hey, not only are you getting a box of IPAs, you're also getting a box of ciders. So it's all good.
Chumbawamba never sang a song about IPAs.
And look where they are now.
Still tub thumping. What?
Okay.
You looking for a scapegoat?
No, I'm looking to see what I want to do next.
So, Scapegoat was the other track that Chumbawamba put on the single album for Tub Thumping. They released it. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, kidder. I didn't know that.
I'm sure there's less than 1% of the population who know that.
Yeah. They kind of had their one hit, and that was it. And I know. That's why they're called a one-hit wonder. Howard's brain is catching up with his mouth. But just
because they got knocked down and then they got up again. So you're never going to keep them down. That's fine.
I mean, apparently we are going to keep them down because they only had one hit. Yeah. Anyway, with these
all the money.
With these terrible puns, kidder, it's time for everybody's favorite. I guess not everybody's favorite, but it is time for dad jokes of the week. Usually I'm not this intoxicated when we get to this segment. So, enjoy. For those who don't know, I have a book. I read dad jokes out of it, mostly to annoy kidder, which seems to be the theme of tonight's show. But here are your dad jokes of the week. Why does a seagull fly over the sea? Because if it flew over the bay, it'd be a bagel. My dog used to chase people on bikes. It got so bad. I eventually had to take his bikes off him. I butchered that one. I'm sorry. That was terrible. Part of it is, and I'll show you afterwards because I don't want to spoil the other jokes. They have two different font colors. So like one font color for the setup and then the second font color for the punchline. And they did that with that one. But truthfully, that should have just all been read as one straight line. Anyway, enough analyzing this. How do you organize a party in space? You plan it. And last one for the evening. What's an astronaut's favorite part of a computer? The space bar. So there you go. There's 4 terrible dad jokes, but I will share this. You can see like the setup is like a slightly lighter gray than the punchline, which is dark, which is why like that dog joke just didn't read, because usually I do the setup and then I leave a pause. Kidder, on a bright side, I think that puts us past the halfway mark. We are halfway through this book. Feel free to celebrate.
Please buy our stuff so that we don't have to have dad jokes to fill this space. Send us money. Thanks.
I mean,
Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs.
But but what if like sending more money means we'll just purchase volume 2 of the dad jokes book?
Because it has to go toward
I'm trying to say, which
first.
one is going to get more money right now? Like, are people more inspired for the jokes or not?
No.
I'm unclear, I guess, what you're going to do with the money.
Now he's getting up. Pay for production costs. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh my goodness.
You've been holding out,
Star
Howard.
Wars dad jokes.
The joke's on him. None of them are funny.
you know what that nobody
Star
makes
Wars is one big joke. Is that?
I was going to say, clearly it shows that they know that people who like Star Trek have no sense of humor because you never see a Star Trek joke book. Yeah, that's what I thought. Clearly, this is just antagonized Kidder week on the show. It's just a great prelude to IPA Appreciation Month. So, anyway, I'll knock it off.
No, you won't.
You're right. So, anybody been up to anything interesting, fun, exciting? Anybody watch anything cool? Played an interesting video game?
I am sort of, shocker behind the times. I'm finally getting around to going through the Mandalorian.
How's that for you, Big D?
Interesting. In a good way. I on one of the trips that Mrs. D and I took to the States, was a few years ago. It was right as The Mandalorian was first in production. We watched a couple episodes with her brother when we were visiting in town. I think we got through the first 2 or 3, and it was really, I thought it was really interesting, enjoyable. I just got through, what was it? The one where the actors from ER, I can't think of the name of the episode, but it was like 5 or 6 episodes in. The assassin lady portrayed by Ming-Na Wen. Yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to binging the rest of the episodes while I'm out here, because goodness knows if it's the middle of the day, I'm not going outside. Need something to do.
Yeah, Lefty and I were watching it. We got about as far as season 2, the start of that, and we just haven't watched in a while. It's been, with 3 kids, you just don't get a lot of time for watching stuff. So that's one of those where she enjoys it enough that if I were to watch it without her, there would be the whole, hey, why are you watching this without me? So I'm kind of stuck where I'm at for a bit. But yeah. Good choice. I'm guessing that means you've caught up on all your Star Trek that you've been watching.
Well, I remember in one of the prior episodes I had already gotten through Discovery. I have caught up on Strange New Worlds. I'm actually watching it roughly in real time as it's coming out. And yeah, Kidder, have you seen the most recent Strange New World? I shouldn't even ask that question because I should know the answer already. But
I have not, because life and things.
Yeah, I'm through the second episode of the season 3. You want a
Well,
spoiler?
I've seen the premiere and the second episode of season 3.
Okay, so never mind. I can't annoy you with pretending to offer a spoiler, and then of course I wouldn't, because that would just be rude. So instead, I'm going to annoy you with some more AI slop.
That's a pretty good one. That's I mean,
You know,
that is probably the best, closest like AI rendering to Mark Kidder that I've ever gotten, that we've ever had.
It's super creepy.
Which begs the question, is it truly an AI generated photo?
Well,
it's not an AI-generated photo. I did grab that photo and had them incorporate, or had AI incorporate that into this masterful rendering here.
But
But to do what I want.
I don't know. I don't see. I don't think that's the look of excitement on his face. So,
Well, sure, not the real Kidder. That's kind of the point.
no, I'm saying no in the photo either though too. Like, I don't know if anybody wants their face to be that close to that many giant cherries.
yeah, that's a lot of old fashioned.
The drink would be fine. All that crap on the top is. I feel like throwing up just seeing the photo.
And for the record, don't worry, I'm not done this episode. I gotta live up to my Minister of Trolling title.
Just remember, what you start may not be finished by you. I still have photos of you.
Actually, I'm making up for lost time with all those ice cream sandwich renderings.
15
utilizations,
photos. I'll show you.
In my continued effort to try and at least get this thing base coated before we are done with this episode, I need a silver. So, Doc, I haven't asked you yet. Pick a number between 1 and 7.
2.
I mean, we've already done 2, but
Oh, I must have missed that. Let's go with 1 then.
okay, 1. You can do 1.
Is this your palate cleanser?
No, but this one has been on If You Know, You Know before. So, and by me saying it's not a palate cleanser, there's a hint to the local geek. So, he knows what the palate cleanser is. So, if you know, you know. Ugh. That one wasn't too bad.
That one looks a little bit smoother than the last one you had.
That one is very smooth, which I appreciate. We'll see how it mixes with, and I go back to drinking this old-fashioned bourbon drink, which I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I'm doing pretty well, and painting is still going pretty smoothly. So,
yeah. Yeah, don't worry. I will explain the laugh in just a second. I was gonna troll Kidder, but actually, this worked out pretty well. You'll appreciate this, old Mark Kidder. So,
I think he forgot your name for a second there, Kidder.
Nah.
Just the way he said that, I think he forgot who you were. I'm questioning what's in that monster he's drinking.
It's probably one of the loaded monsters because they did make the white Ultra Zero.
Well, that would be a bank error in my favor. Yeah. So I was in the process of making another similar image of Kidder with a beverage. I think AI actually really captured the essence, because I think you'll appreciate how this turned out.
Yeah.
I mean, very realistic. What you're going to be looking like all month of August. With that expression on your face, I'm guessing.
Truthfully, I think he's going to have an expression of sheer joy as he flushes those IPAs down the toilet.
Now that too.
And,
Okay, Kidder, I'm done. I'll behave myself.
no, you won't. We've known you. We've known you too long.
Yeah,
He has the right to remain silent, just not the ability.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. So you asked about games.
Yes.
Rude Boy and I have been playing a little bit of American Truck Simulator again. Since first time since January, so a 6-month reprieve from the trucking. Got back behind the wheel because the Iowa downloadable content was released, and we've already finished trucking Iowa.
That was fast.
Yeah.
That who knew Iowa was so small? So
I think there is something that you will be interested in, though, is one of the next developmental territories is your home state.
yeah, South Dakota.
Yep. It's already on my wish list. Even if it is the inferior of the Dakotas, I still have to drive through there to get here on the game. So I can't just drive through Montana for everything. They don't have Minnesota on the development list yet. And so you can't even circumvent South Dakota the other way. Just, reasons and things. Aside from South Dakota, Louisiana is on the development list. Illinois also on the list. Missouri was recently released, and I think so is Arkansas. I have not trucked in those territories yet. Interesting announcement from the developers is they've paired with Ford Motor Company and will soon have a downloadable pack of 5 or 6 vehicles that are Ford vehicles to drive regular cars around the trucking world so you could just cruise. I wonder if they've also provided the free tow trucks for all of the breakdowns that the Fords will suffer, but it's a different question. No answers to that yet. But looking forward to it. Being able to actually drive a regular vehicle in the game. What'd you do? You need a color, or are you that screwed up?
So when it comes to painting, I have one weakness, like that is still to this day. Like I understand the theory behind it, but I struggle with it, and it's mixing colors to get other colors.
I thought it was something completely different, so I'm glad that you said mixing paint colors.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, I almost had a nice mossy green for the moss that's on his back, but I was trying to make like a dark brown for his staff. So there's a part of me that's just like, I'm going to end up taking a shot to get brown. I just feel it. But I at least have a green that I can do the moss on his back, but there's probably at least another shot in my future. And there'll probably be more, Kidder, because as much as I'm painting this as quickly as I can, there's no way I'm getting it done tonight alone. So we might be getting to play more of this game on future episodes of the TripleB. You're welcome.
Thank you. Just cheating to spread out the alcohol.
I am not. Trust me.
Okay.
I don't even really enjoy schnapps all that much. And also, I know you guys, and once I've established the order, I'm not allowed to switch and move things around. So I'm going to be in some real trouble once JS finds a certain beverage on here. I missed a spot. Anyway, because I know once he finds that particular beverage, he will call it out every single time. Last time it was 3. So. Anyway. Anyway. Oh.
At this point, I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before you fall out of your chair again.
I am not that intoxicated at the moment, actually. I mean,
He's
I
not
feel
a
like,
thing because you drunk. He is.
I mean, I'm not going to say like I'm sober enough where I should drive anywhere, but I'm not quite to fall out of my chair drunk. Or at least even as drunk as I was on the 3rd anniversary show. That one was pretty bad. Have you watched that one, Big D?
I did. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I wish more people would have watched it. Because that might have made all of the pain and suffering with that worth it. So
Compared to the pain and suffering that time you had a juice.
you know, the juice episode is actually, now that you say that, I can't remember if that was in this episode or last episode where I talked about the painting while intoxicated. It was during that juice episode that I did that. That's the one where by the end of it, I was begging Kidder to end the episode because I had been painting while drinking. So there, you sparked a memory in me. Good job.
And considering how much juice was in your system, I'm surprised that memory still exists.
I actually recently took in that episode not too long ago.
Gotcha.
Sometimes with all the driving I have to do for the state, I will sometimes listen to our older podcasts. In part because I've been doing all of these kind of shorts and reels, and I'd like to do some more from kind of like the original or the older content that took place before I was making shorts. So trying to kind of catch some of those like classic TripleB moments and bring them to the forefront so that people can maybe see them and maybe, just maybe, decide to follow the show or, subscribe, hit the like button, give us a follow, maybe donate. Now I'm doing Kidder's job. But, How am I doing on time? Oh my gosh, there's still 20 minutes left in the show.
Painful for a second there.
If that's the case, I'm going to knock one more of these out.
There it is. There it is. Howard, say the thing.
A gnarly grape.
All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's second favorite segment on the show. What's on tap? Round 2. Drink.
Drink.
Where?
I waited until you said drink, even though I got ahead of you.
It's okay. So, anybody else having a round 2?
I mean, I got another one of these in my fridge, but don't know if I should.
Go on.
Asking us on this show is always a dangerous. Oh, okay.
Some people are what we refer to as enablers.
I was going to say instigators, but
That too.
okay.
I'll just say asshole. I was looking at me. So
Turkey brown, maybe actually, I don't know what I want for those. Anyway, I'm talking to myself. Okay. I'm gonna buy a brass color. I really am trying to get this like base coated before the night's over, and as I said, nobody gave me a metallic, so working with what I got. So I just
well, and to be fair though, when you say like name a color, I generally like metallics generally don't come to mind.
Right, and you know what, I knew that was going to kind of be the case, and I was okay with that because it would have been no fun if like I got all the colors that I wanted for this thing in that way, because I wouldn't have to buy any penalty shots, and this would be a pointless thing. So I knew what I was getting into with that. But like again, I wasn't expecting to get a green. I wasn't expecting to not get a brown or a white or a gray. I kind of got like a bunch of colors that are in like the same color spectrum, and it was like, oh, well, those are nice. I was hoping for a little bit more variety, but when you get 2 pinks, 2 blues, 2 yellows, it makes things difficult. Anyway, Kidder, I think it's your turn. Pick a number between 1 and 7.
Hey, Google, pick a number between 1 and 7 for Howard to drink. No, he drank number 4 before. Let me.
I mean, I'll drink
Please
number
use
4
a different
again.
number because Howard already drank number 4.
Okay, Howard should drink number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6? Hey, it's the last of the new stuff.
Apparently, it's got a thing for 4.
Which is funny for reasons you don't know, but I know. So,
and if you know,
that is not the color I was
cleanser.
That is not the color I was expecting that to be. I'm a little scared.
The drink or your paint?
I was going to say
the drink. I was expecting something in the brown range, and it came out
something else altogether.
And it came out white or clear.
White.
I've been drinking, and if you know, you know.
I know exactly which one that was.
I realized, like, as I drink, I should have like sold that was much worse, that you guys would call that one more, because that was good. Damn intoxication, not thinking that through. Anyway, yeah. That was good.
Screw it. I'm gonna grab that other beverage. Be right back.
Yay, somebody's sharing in the misery with me.
How much longer did you say we got to put up with this?
We're
Asking for timing purposes.
we got about 14 minutes.
Well,
Oh. I haven't even got to there's this model has so much stuff on it. We'll see if it'll focus. Come on, camera. On his, yeah, you're not going to, are you? Come on. On his back, besides the moss, there's flowers, there's mushrooms. I got this fat fish that's in his staff that I need to figure out a color for. I need a brown for the staff. He's got all these pouches. He's got a loincloth. Couple of vials. There's a lot here. And there's going to be more. I did not really actually want to paint that part yet. Focus, Howard. Focus.
yeah, focus.
But there's even
a Shiner Bach. Since you asked if I wanted to have anything and join in. So I will have
A
a Shiner. Because apparently nothing's finer than a Shiner. In Shiner. Independent to the last drop.
one day we might get a sponsorship from Shiner.
The official beer for Farva.
Yeah. So, I will mention, actually, I should pull it up here quick. One moment, please. Also, I totally forgot that I had pulled up stuff so we could do Howard's hot takes, and I'm just remembering that now.
How hot are they?
I mean,
Are they
Out of here?
hot that you see a squirrel dipping his nuts in the pool to cool off? 2 weeks in a row. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I did get a different beverage. So I did get the Twin Monster, but I can't very well have the same drink twice on the show. So I will feature what's on tap round 2 with a Maison Perrier Forever Strawberry sparkling water thing, whatever that I stole from the dining facility. I didn't. Well, it's fun to say steal. I didn't steal. I'm allowed to take it. But yeah. Bubbly water, hit strawberry. Not too bad. I've actually had quite a few of these since I've been out here. I do enjoy it. 4.3. That is Big D's rating.
nice. Okay. I don't know why it's doing it that way, but
I don't know if he's still trying to find the hot takes or if they were too hot for Howard to handle.
well, I was going to talk about something else because I wanted to put it out there for
That's a hot
anybody. There's the share screen icon. I wanted to share this because the company where I buy most of my miniatures from, Reaper Miniatures, has a thing that they're doing right now for the kind of just, again, much like I'm painting a miniature that is relief from a natural disaster, they are doing one for the floods that happened down in Texas. It is this Carrian, the river warden, flood relief sculpture, which was done by two amazing artists, Christina Van Patten and Jason Wiebe. They donated the sculpture, and Reaper is basically giving 70% of the proceeds from the purchase of said miniature to the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund. It's just one of the ways that Reaper is just those good guys that do these sorts of things. So the 25% covers what it takes for them to produce the miniature. So that's it. They don't make any profit off of it. They just really donate what they can. So it's there. It's a really cool miniature. I've already ordered mine. They're only going to sell it for 90 days, and then they're done. They're going to pull it, and this miniature will never be produced again, is what they said. So, so if you're into this painting miniature hobby, here's a great way that you can support and get something cool to paint yourselves. So I wanted to share that, but Kidder brought up how, at least I brought up Howard's hot takes. Kidder wants to do this, so here we go. For those who don't know, I used to have a segment on this show called Howard's Hot Takes, where I would try and say something that was a hot take, like Office Space is not that great of a movie. But we came to learn that my hot takes were not that hot, usually not that interesting. So we have turned it into this segment where I ask my co-hosts questions about a topic that allow them to share some hot takes. They haven't heard any of these before, so it's on the fly. And the theme for tonight, gentlemen, is 90s cartoons. And I'm doing this because Doc is here, and the last time that I proposed 90s cartoons, he was excited about it. So I waited until he was here. So we will go in the order of Kidder, then Big D, and then Doc. Then we'll switch off so that Kidder doesn't always have to answer first. So, Kidder, question 1. Which 90s cartoon still holds up today?
Rocco's Modern Life.
Interesting choice.
RECYCLE recycle, CONSERVE conserve, don't you POLLUTE, the river streams. Geez, you're gonna get what you deserve. Something.
Okay. Big D?
I was actually thinking about that, but not gonna repeat. I'll go with Duckman. He's cranky and cantankerous, kind of like I am right now.
When you started saying the D, I thought you were going to say Doug.
I'm not going to lie. Doug would be my choice.
I did enjoy Doug. I would not be mad about that appearing on anybody's list.
Doc, a 90s cartoon that still holds up today.
Tiny Toons.
Good choice. Good choice.
I remember there was.
I remember.
I think it was for one of the video game systems. I think it was Super Nintendo. They had where you could create your own Tiny Toons show. Like you had put all the elements together, and you could make the music and the characters and the story. I played that for hours and hours and hours.
Nice.
All right. I remember watching the pilot for that show, like 1991.
I don't remember watching the pilot for that one. No. So, all right, Big D, you're up first on this one.
All right.
What is the best 90s cartoon theme song?
I'll just go with Rocko's Modern Life because it's catchy. And yeah.
Which version?
I don't remember which one came first, but I think the one where they sing Rocko's Modern Life, the deeper Rock Modern Life. I'm doing a horrible rendition of it. I think that was the first one.
That was the later edition. Where it's
I don't remember that. I just remember that when they sing Rocko's Modern Life and then somebody says Rocko's Modern Life.
Yep. Rocko's Modern Life.
The higher version just pissed me off, man. I was a kid, so I had no reason for that, but whatever.
Okay. Doc, best 90s cartoon theme song.
Animaniacs. And now it's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the night.
Because you're zany to the max, right?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
They've also got baloney in their slots.
Yep.
Yeah, good one, good one. Kidder, best 90s theme song.
So I'm stuck on this one because Chippendale Rescue Rangers is fantastic. If Paul Kelly were here, he would say Airwolf. I think that was the name of the helicopter show. I think. Technically I can't say Cops because that was an 80s cartoon. But also Ren and Stimpy was really good. Or Hey Arnold! Right?
So what you gonna go with?
As I have Rocco's Modern Life stuck in my head.
Yeah, me too.
Just to be different, I'll pick the Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Chippendale when there's danger.
That's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna give the answer of because it's stuck in my head and I've been watching it with my son of the X-Men cartoon that was
You
prevalent. However, when you said Chippendale Rescue Rangers, it reminded me of what I think is probably the greatest cartoon theme song, and that's DuckTales. I'd
Or
forgotten
Howard
about them.
would want the DuckTales because of Howard the Duck.
No. Why do I have paint on the bottom of that? Sorry, I
Distracted by the duck and then Howard, and then there's paint everywhere.
there is paint everywhere. Where did this paint come from?
Who are these people in my house?
I don't know. I got a whole paint mess on my desk. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, question 3, going to Doc first. What is the 90s cartoon that needs to make a comeback?
Ooh.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to say only because I feel like it didn't get enough of a run the first time around. And that would be Darkwing Duck.
That's a good call. Good call. Hitter. 90s cartoon that needs to make a comeback.
I think it was still the 90s, but the Starship Troopers, the Roughneck Files, was fantastic. I think that was still in the 90s when they were making that. Animated. It was good. Because I liked, Garfield, but I think that was started in the 80s, so it wouldn't count. And some of the other shows, like Doug, kind of nostalgic. Rugrats, nostalgic. Recess. Even Ren and Stimpy. All those were good. Even Rocco's Modern Life. Like, it was just good the way it was, I think it just wouldn't be the same. In case you're curious. This is going to bring some memories. Unlocked, probably. Or, yeah, still a complete. And on the back, Spunky. Right there. And, yeah. And Stimpy show. You go. Carry on.
Okay. Big D, what show needs to make a comeback?
I was literally going to say Darkwing Duck, but then Doc had to go with the obvious choice there. Fully agree. But for the sake of not repeating an answer, I'll go with Goof Troop. They could have done more with that.
Good one.
So, I know that they did a kind of a reboot redo of DuckTales, and in that they did bring back Darkwing Duck.
They did, but that whole I don't know, it just wasn't.
The only good thing, because I actually watched an episode, and the only good thing was David Tennant being
yes.
Well,
that I was really excited about that. Then I was like, "But this is what you came up with." Oh.
Yeah, but I do think, and I don't know, this could just be the booze talking, but I do believe that there is plans to do a Darkwing Duck
Good
reboot. And I think that they even have the original voice actor on to do Darkwing Duck. So I believe I've seen that. I could be wrong, as I said. I've been drinking, so Howard's memory might be what it is. This brings us back around to Kidder. So Kidder, we're on question 4. What is the most underrated 90s cartoon? So a 90s cartoon that just did not get the love that it probably deserved.
Oh man, there were so many. Ghostbusters, the animated series, obviously, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to almost look and peruse what other thousands of 90s animated cartoons were there.
Big D, do you got a 90s cartoon that was underrated?
I think I'm going to go with Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
Of course, that was part of Animaniacs.
Well, they had their own series, I thought.
They did have a spin-off series eventually, yeah.
Eventually, sure. Because it was bigger than the Animaniacs. Big brain time.
Okay. Doc, most underrated 90s cartoon.
Gargoyles.
I would agree with that one. Gargoyles was great. They keep talking about bringing that one back.
I've heard that a few times, but then it never seems to go anywhere. So
yeah. That one was fun. I enjoyed Gargoyles a lot. Okay. Big D, you got the last question. Leading us off. What is the best 90s cartoon villain?
This 90s cartoon villain. That's going to be a tough one. Not all of them have villains. I was about to say Shredder, but that's technically the 80s. This is a tough one. Damn it, Howard, it's too hard for me to be thinking, or too early for me to be thinking this hard.
Suck it up.
Suck it up. I'll go with Electrovolt from Darkwing Duck simply because I can't think of anything else right now.
Doc, best villain.
a lot of the ones I really watched didn't have like prominent villains. Although maybe it's a cop out. I'm gonna go with Magneto from the X-Men, the '90s cartoon.
Good choice. Good choice. Kidder, best cartoon villain.
Dr. Claw.
Ooh.
That's a.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Very good choice. Very good choice.
Thanks.
Yeah. There we
I
go.
had a minute to actually think on that one.
It helps when you get that little bit of time when you're last to think about it. Which is why we alternate, so that, again, nobody has to be first for every single one. But that was 90s cartoons. And on those hot takes, Kidder, we've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this episode up. To do that, it's time for like cheap plugs, final thoughts, and getting out of here.
Howard's spitting a remix. Yeah. See you later. Okay. Fine, I'll do the thing. Please give us money. We promise it goes toward production costs and not just buying beer. Although if you want to buy beer for us, that would be great too. Alcohol. Please. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. 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 That is the place to go, please. And thank you. Help us out. You can donate as little as $1 a month and help quench the thirst of a thirsty podcast host. Very thirsty. So incredibly thirsty. It's like a desert. Thirst quenching action happening weekly on Beer Blues and BS. And you can keep up to the date with the show on Facebook and Instagram. Also, all over the place, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and every other audio service that's out there. Plus the video version on YouTube. So if you're listening to this and you made it to this part, I congratulate you. And I should probably give you $5 for making it this far because nobody makes it this far. But you did. And you're a champion. So thank you for doing that. Please go to the other places. And sharing is caring. Give it to your friends because your friends need entertainment too. And that's usually what happens on this show. Buy some stuff. Help us out. Thanks. Like and share. Smash that sub button. Howard, over to you for a final thought.
Final thought. And this is a good one. And that is, if you have kids, take the time to do just the extra things and enjoy the time because they're not always going to be little and be into all of this stuff that they are. I think I said on one of these two episodes, I don't know if they're blurring together. I built a fort that took up half of our living room and then proceeded to sleep on the floor all night because it brought my kids joy. And it was great memories. And even when my daughter got up at 2 a.m., commandeered half my pillow and basically meant that I got little to no sleep from 2 a.m. on, it was worth it because it was a moment and a memory. And you need to cherish those because, you know, your kids are going to grow up faster than you think. So you have to enjoy every moment you can. The good, the bad, the ugly. Enjoy them. Because eventually your kids are going to grow up and they're not going to want to hang out with you and do those things. So get them in while you can. And that's my final thought.
Okay. Let's go to Doc. Let's head out west. See what some final thoughts are. Inspiration, perhaps.
I guess I would just have to say, because my own experience this week, I traveled to my annual professional conference. And there's just a lot going on in the industry I work in right now that's challenging, but it was a great time to get together with people who are going through the same challenges and strategize together about what we can do going forward. And so I think my final thought would be, in those moments when you think you're going through things alone, kind of just take a look around because somebody else is probably going through it too. And maybe you can go through it together.
Because everything is awesome. Everything is
Totally
great when you're part of a team.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Big D, we're heading way out west and then some. What do you got?
Yeah, kind of two-parter. First, I'm going to second everything that Howard just said because Yeah, little D is going to be turning 7 pretty soon, and I was FaceTiming with him last night, and he's visiting his cousins for a few days, and some of them are they're at least a few years older than him. He's got 4 cousins he's visiting out there, but he was telling me about the whole bunch of cardboard boxes they put together and made kind of like a 4-bit kind of like a network of ports and stuff using the box, and they're playing a game. I'm not making this up. He said, we're playing a game called Hobo World. I don't know. I don't understand. I wasn't there. HOBO, just in case it didn't come through clearly in the audio. It's like, that sounds absolutely ridiculous, and I wish I was there, because it sounded like a lot of fun, just crawling around through some cardboard boxes. As far as final thoughts, I mean, life isn't always a straight line. More like a Wi-Fi signal. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes there's no connection at all. But even when things glitch, keep showing up, retry, refresh. And remember, sometimes the best breakthroughs happen when you're done yelling at your router.
Are you saying that people need to just pull the plug?
For 15 to 30 seconds and then plug it back in.
Oh, okay. Yes, for the record, anybody on life support, they're supposed to plug it back in. Hopefully, it's like turning it off and turning it back on.
Not them, you like you would.
You can get another life. Refresh it, starts over the level. I always hated starting over the level. That sucks. Like Groundhog Day. Same hell all over again. Statistically, somebody calculated that in Groundhog Day, Bill Murray ended up living the equivalent of 112 years stuck in that loop. Something like that. Anyway, Howard can fact check that later. Let's get out of here. He's going to. He'll probably do it. He'll have a couple shots and do it again.
Hey.
Let's figure this out, and then we'll regroup next week for another edition of the show. So, for Big D, for the Doc with a capital D, and for Howard Blues, I'm still Mark Kidder. Thanks for being here for this every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Remember to keep your glass at least half full. There is free beer tomorrow, and we will catch you on down that Wi-Fi 7 powerful Tuscan highway. Have a great one. See you on the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Just want to state for the record, there are no paint fumes with this paint.
He sniffed too many of them. He doesn't smell it anymore.
I mean, listen, if I'm guilty of anything, it's, the occasional licking of the paintbrush to get the tip back in order. So,
You liquor. Okay. Yeah. Howard, I got a question for you.
I may have an answer.
How many Subway footlongs would you like?
I'm good. Although I will admit I did eat a whole lasagna for dinner tonight. So
you've been painting all day. Okay.
Not the whole day. Actually, this is the first painting I've done. I've been doing other projects down here in the cave. So just now getting to the painting portion of the weekend. But I will say those shots hit me hard. Whoa. I've only done 2.
Yeah, that second one looked kind of rough. It didn't look like peppermints. It was. I'm gonna try and guess which schnapps it was. As I sit here and pretend to know what all the flavors are.
Kidder will know one of them based off of reaction when I get to it. Because there's one that is particularly bad that is in the lineup. So Kidder will know instantly when I get to that one, if we get to that one. But I definitely am probably going to need some metallics.
Damn it, Kidder. Change your shirt. Now, the pair that I was going to use for you two, doesn't work quite as well. But I don't care.
Sucks to
I'm going to use it anyway.
You got to be on top of things around here, Big D.
Hey, I still have the apropos one, but
nobody even knows what an apropos is. Do you know this show?
It's a fruit, right?
Potpourri.
It's like summer in a bowl.
I think this is the point where I get to disappoint Kidder again and go, Groundhog Day? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Howard is a masochist anyway, so.
I mean, I've watched it. I just don't have the love of Groundhog's Day that you do.
Just on Groundhog Day.
I feel bad. I've never seen it.
I mean, you're not missing much. It's not like a terrible movie. It's just... It's all right. I don't know.
Yeah, it meh. Yeah.
But I'm also just like not a huge Bill Murray fan. I'm not saying he's not talented. I don't know. I struggle sometimes to like think of like what's a Bill Murray movie that I actually enjoy.
Ghostbusters.
I really didn't enjoy Ghostbusters.
He's gonna come running back. Here he comes.
Did you just say you didn't enjoy Ghostbusters? You are drunk. If either of us didn't enjoy Ghostbusters, it'd probably be me.
Yeah. I think it's because when I got introduced to Ghostbusters, I was big into like ghost stories and monster movies and all of that. And that's what I wanted the movie to focus on. And that is totally not the focus of that movie. And so that's why I think it was a letdown to me. I wanted more ghost busting, less of like the people drama to it.
Howard, busting makes me feel good, okay?
So bust a move, man.
Maybe your favorite Bill Murray movie is Lost in Translation.
I've watched that one and I struggled to go like, what is this movie about? I think like the movie that I like best that has Bill Murray in it is probably Zombieland.
Bill
and he ends,
Murray.
And that's, he plays such a small role in the whole thing. But yeah,
how about Garfield?
I didn't see the Garfields with Bill Murray. I'm not a cat person either. Kidder's like, why in the hell are we friends?
Alcohol, probably.
Well, I mean, we were friends before we could drink, so.
Should have been drinking.
Or just a glue that keeps your friendship together.
Although, if we were drinking back then, we would have never made it through perfect dark. So